What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101. It's Tuesday, July 16th. It's just after 10:30 a.m. Looking at ticker symbol APRN right now. This just sneaky little stock here. I took one trade today. I took a $150 loss. I'm cutting it right there, walking away for the day. It's like in small cap land, I went in today with expectations, and you don't want to go into the market every day with expectations. That's what I've learned from the big psychology project that I did. I was anticipating FOMO to be in the markets today after that big runner yesterday, and it was just really no follow through. Stocks gapped up, started fading off, coming back up, grinding up, and then getting yanked back down. Let's jump in. We got a lot to talk about today. Hopefully you guys are all having a great day. Kicking off the week with on the right foot. So APRN, why is APRN up today? APRN comes out with a press release that it ups its menu with Beyond Meat burgers. It has a float of 6 million. Its average true range is 67 cents. This gapped up pre-market to $9, fell back down to $8.12 here. I got in a little late on this. This perked up here to 8.50s, pulled back down, ran right up here to $9.40. Comes down right here to $9. The psychological level right here. $9 bounces from 9 right back up to new highs, up to 9.40. This comes right back down to $9 right here. This is where I took my position. I was looking for, to me, this is a bread and butter play. I'll take this play all the time. Most of the time it works. Today it just didn't work out. Pulled back down to this $9 level. I got in. I got filled at $9.05. I was anticipating a bounce off this $9 to come right back up and maybe test the highs again. But it just fell right down below $9, and I got out with a $150 loss. Gotta move on from it. And then this stock bounced right here at 8.70s. Grinds back up to $9. Failed to hold above $9 as it sunk back below right here. But it was able to hold higher lows, and it just got tighter and tighter and tighter all right here. Just making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, accumulating, and from 9.10, this just pops all the way up here to 9.75. So a little sneaky play and a little tricky play from APRN. I should have had a little bit more patience with it and let the chart play out a little bit more. But as we all know, sometimes it can be hard to have that patience. Next up, I want to talk about APRN. APRN, or IMRN, I'm sorry. IMRN is up on news of being delisted from the NASDAQ. So not the greatest news, but it's a low float stock with a float of 2.4 million. It's got an average true range of 33 cents. Pre-market, this was in a nice range here from $6 up to $7. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And when the market opened right here, all in this range from $6 all the way up to $7. It continued it right here, opening up with that long wick, $1 wick right there. Pops up to 7, rips down to $6, rips back up, then was hanging around this $6 level, and then flushed right through that $6 down to this 570 level. Grinded its way back on up over 6. IMRN played a little bit of a trick as well. But there was something I totally overlooked on the daily chart I want to take a look at with you guys. If we look at the daily here on IMRN, this daily chart is just so ugly looking. You can see there's just no volume at all on this stock with the history. And recently, when I look at the volume, I see a little volume spike right here. And I see this big candle right here with a big upper wick. I totally overlooked this morning when I had this stock on my watch list, and noticing little things like this could save your butt. IMRN on that day right here on June 12th had 3.2 million in volume. And with this big upper wick right here, if you're not familiar with candlesticks, that's pretty much saying this stock went from $3.50, ran all the way up to almost $7, and then came all the way back down. So with that in mind, and this has 3 million in volume, you have to think of everybody that got in on this stock when it ran all the way up to $7, and then it came all the way back down. You have to think of everybody that got stuck in this stock and are bag holding it, hoping that this stock gaps up or comes back up to the price that they got in at, to wash their hands clean of this stock. And it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It took about a month for this stock to gap up right here. So everybody that got trapped all on this big wick right here, that's what we just kept running into today. We kept running into random sellers. Every time the stock wanted to move up, it was just hitting a wall of sellers. And that's just everybody getting out of this stock and washing their hands clean with it. And also, it's not really even the greatest press release. Or am I thinking of the wrong one? IMRN is up today with 52% revenue surges. Which one did I see about that? Oh, it was MLNT. I'm sorry. Hold on, guys. Which one was it? I have it written down here. IMRN delisting notice. I just seen it in here. I'm spending too much time looking for this. I know I seen it. I know I seen it. I can't remember what ticker it was though. I could have swore it was IMRN that had delisting notice from the NASDAQ, but IMRN is up today on revenue. But I'm sorry about that misunderstanding. I could have sworn it was IMRN. But IMRN is still holding up. If this can hold above 550s, they can, and volume can keep up with this. I know shorts are hard to borrow with IMRN. If it can hold above 550, this could see an end of the day push. We also had BPTH gapping up today. It was initiated to a buy. This gets a gap up from $12.80 all the way up to a high of $15. Stock opens up today at around 15, flushes all the way down just below $14 to $13.80, pops up just over 14, back and forth in this range. But this has got a lot of overhead resistance on it here on the daily. We could see we got the 100-day and the 300-day moving average just above it. It's currently selling down, looking to maybe bounce right off of this 50-day moving average at $14.30. And then CRZO today. CRZO gets a downgrade from buy to neutral and starts surging up. With that type of news, you wouldn't think to see a stock surge up on a downgrade from a neutral from a buy. The stock surged from 1070 all the way up to 1160 and is currently flushed all the way back down to $11. And look at that. Throw fibs on it from the previous day's close up to today's highs. This flushed all the way down and bounced right at that 50% level at 1117 and bounced up to 1140. CAPR was the hot and crazy one yesterday. Yesterday, right after lunch, this was just in a range from 780 all the way up to 874. But then at the end of the day, it just got killed. Really crazy stock yesterday. With the float at 2.3 million. Right here, it started to crack. This was getting really, really tight. If we can draw trend lines on this, starting right here, making lower highs, and this was also making higher lows. See this tight wedge right here it was starting to make, and then it cracked through that wedge here at $8, fell all the way down into a halt. And from that, everybody who was accumulating it and buying it all in this area, all right here, just started to dump it and dump it and dump it. Didn't get no bounce really and closed right at 622. I didn't get to read any of the SEC filings, so I was thinking maybe the next day they'll put out an offering or something. Nothing really happened. So far today, CAPR has a volume of 1.1 million. And look what happened. Volume used and abused this stock yesterday, and they just moved on to another stock. You see how fast volume moves on? But today the stock opens right at 6, flushes down to 560s, pops back up to $6, and just fizzled out down to 550, popping back up to 6. Still opportunity on CAPR. And what I like about this too, if you throw Fibonacci retracements from 2 days ago's close all the way up to yesterday's high, today look at the area where it's bouncing at right there at the 61.8 level. MLNT finally getting that little surge from that ramp. Just from this 435 area, just kept grinding and grinding and grinding its way on up. One thing I wanted to point out though on IMRN, this is how the market makers play games on you. We got this flush right here down to this 560s level, and it starts to grind its way on up, forming higher lows, getting closer and closer and closer to this VWAP right here. And from $6, this surged all the way up to $6.80. And look what they did. They flushed it back down to $6.20, hung around this area for a quick moment, and then from 620, they yanked it all the way down to 560s. So anybody who chased it right here really got screwed. And that's a good example of why you don't chase stocks. APRN getting a pullback down to that $9 area again. BLRX still had on watch because yesterday it did a 1 for 15 reverse split. That's been the theme the past year and a half. So I'm going to continue watching stocks that do reverse splits. NVCN, nothing really too eye-popping with it. It did pop up pre-market from 4 all the way up to 480, but then it just slammed all the way back down. But currently right now, on very, very, very light volume, this is forming a big wedge right here. SPAR gaps up today. Company received a 2,237 unit walk-in van order from leading North America online e-commerce. Just gaps up from almost $10. Opens up right here at 11.36. Pops up to almost $12. And has since then just fizzling out. We have 32 companies today reporting earnings. And remember, earnings season is just kicking off this week. So every day, more and more companies are going to be putting out earnings. Bring this over right here. 32 companies put earnings out. Tomorrow we have 57 companies. And then Thursday, we have 72 companies putting earnings out. GCAP, just a real fast pump and dump. I'm not seeing any news on GCAP. Gets a spike here from 4 all the way up to 480, pulls back to this 445 level, and is just slowly grinding its way on back up to the high right here. Be careful, because what have we been seeing? These stocks grind up, get a quick little momentum pop, and they'll flush it back down. Really just no follow through and momentum today in small cap land. Got to think a lot of these companies are going to be putting earnings out. That's where a lot of attention and volume is going to be. So you're just going to have to take a step back, scale back, and just really have patience and wait for setups. I think that's just going to about wrap it up for today, guys. Not really too much going on. No FOMO today like I thought there was going to be. A lot of stocks just popping up and falling right back down. Even the overall market with the SPY. The overall market's red so far today and really just doesn't know which way it wants to go yet. Just back and forth action. Down, up, down, up, down. Really choppy this morning as the market doesn't know which way it wants to go. But it's still holding the SPY, this 300 level. As we all know, the SPY the past couple weeks has just been on a rally, running all the way up to this 300 level right there. And since then, topped out right just below 302 and is starting to form lower highs back down to this 300 level right here. Currently today we are still holding above the previous day's lows. So look for the SPY to hold above the previous day's lows and hold above the key level 300. It's going to be really key to see what these companies put out for earnings. They're going to dictate which way the market goes. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Tuesday, July 16th. We're approaching 11 a.m. It's still early in the market. Anything could still happen. I covered just about everything I wanted to cover today. APRN, I'd keep my eye on. And also, I'd still keep my eye on IMRN at this 550 level. Like I said, if it can hold above 550 and volume can stay in with this, this could easily run at the end of the day. It's got a low float at 2.4 million. With a low float like this, anytime you have a stock with a low float like this, anything could happen, and you always want to keep close tabs on it. Also, still keep an eye on CAPR. This stock is just still hanging around this 550 level. If CAPR can still hold above this $5.50 to $6 level, volume could easily come back into this too. And I'd say CRZO is just worth keeping an eye on. That's it. BPTH, you could keep an eye on this stock. It's still early in the market, like I said. We're only an hour and a half into the market. We still have the whole rest of the day left. I'm done trading for the day. I took my loss. I got to walk away and keep the loss small. Start the next day new, because I'm in this for the long run, and if you get into revenge trading, that's when you could really blow up your account. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this recap for today. Be safe out there. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, Wednesday. Alright guys, later.